Hello, 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 and welcome back to the continuing adventures of Rock the Dragon Ball. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing that song. Dragon Ball, or Baal, I guess, who is my Dragonian dragon of the conjurating variety, who has since recently picked up a freezing cloud and has been using that to good effect, alongside animate skeleton, and a few other sundries. If you look at my book list, it's blown up as of late. However, for the majority of the early game, I was forced to play with just the default Conjurer book and doing well with just that. I didn't find any rings for the vast majority of the game, followed by a ring of intelligence +5 just dropping into my lap. I mutated myself into clarity, but also bought a stat rot, which, I know technically I should keep both, but in practice, if I find Cure Mute, I'm probably going to use it. Uh, and what am I trading? Well, that looks scattered. Conjurations, I understand. That's my primary stat, or primary skill school. Ice Magic is probably for Freezy Cloud. Spellcasting is for making everything a little bit less 4%y. And Necromancy will be for the Animate Skeleton of 12. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it's probably not the optimal setup, but what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, and I do have Battle Sphere, which I will use right now. So that's a Ketablipas in the virtually unknown area of the map. Let's draw his attention, but then promptly get to the known area before I fight him. This is as good a spot as any. Get out of the way, get out of the way, continue shooting, get out of the way, continue shooting, get out of the way. Wow, that thing hits like a truck. Am I safe? Probably not. Let's blink. And then let's Mephitic. Okay, now I'm safe. We've just made a lot of noise. Let's get some mana back. That's the first stage. Killing him will make me a lot safer. But let's make sure he stays good and Mephitic, and I'll just walk around him for now. Okay, now that's as good a spot as any to set up to fight him again. Freezy Cloud will have to be the spell of choice here. Guaranteed hit. Not quite guaranteed damage. Nope. That had the very opposite effect of what I needed. He became unconfused and did not die at the same time. Fireball to finish him. He lives through the fireball. I am out of options here. I can teleport or I can fear. We're gonna fear. Because nope, that did not do anything and he resisted it easily and I am starving. And I am going to die. Well, I'd hate for this run to come to an end, so let's stop and really make sure I didn't do anything unforgivable. The fact that I re-engaged at low health is what's costing me the game here. I didn't have to fight him. I could have just got made for the exit. And if I survive now, it's going to be by luck no matter what. My evade is really poor. He's probably going to hit if he gores me, and it's probably going to be lethal. Teleport is the only option that I can think of right now that even has a shot at working. I can't activate swiftness and make for the door, and even if I could, he would still probably catch me. So there is the teleport activation. I lived. Also, it looks like the Drake did get feared, so that's good. If I can stay one step ahead of him for just a few turns, good. Where am I? Okay, I'm up to the northwest of the previously known area. Nearest exits are southeast. Okay, I think we're gonna live. Yeah, we're probably gonna live. Swiftness to seal the deal, and then we're just gonna make for the exit. Damn it. Pulling him along might just be too much because I activated swiftness. Oh, thank God, my minions. Get me out of a jam, folks. I need the distraction. Whew. Okay. Swiftness is the only reason that I didn't have even more difficulty getting out of the floor than I did. Teleport didn't have to activate that quickly, so I got lucky that activation was so quick. you'll notice that I could just as easily say I got unlucky that my attempts to kill a Catoblepas, despite having all the right advantages, failed. But you never talk about getting unlucky. Only ever talk about how you got lucky. Otherwise, you'll think the game is bullshit. We're just gonna continue to kill targets that get in my way while resting up. Oh, there's a dragon drake or fire drake. You know, not worrying about item destruction just makes these enemies so much less miserable to fight. Used to be that just the fact that you were fighting a fire drake means you had already lost. Animate skeleton still needs work, so we'll continue working it. Man, there's a lot of you guys. Elephant. Alright. Battle buddy, and we'll go to battle with my buddy. Rip a skeleton, and now I finally have insurance. Granted, it's a pretty crappy policy. When your insurance policy is a skeleton, you know you're not exactly doing well. But it sure beats having nothing. And there it looks like the Catoblepas once again came on my radar. We're just going to drop an ice cloud directly on the yak. Hopefully that will be a kill. Nope, the yak just went around it. There's the Catoblepas again, and I am at low mana, which is bad enough to not want to fight here. So we're going to leave, and my skeleton will probably be dead when I get back. Like I said, it's a crappy skeletal insurance policy. We insure your bones, nothing more. Yes, you might die, but your bones will be in pristine condition. Okay, I am starving and standing on a sheep. This seems like a problem that solves itself, and it kind of is. Honestly, spell hunger is going to be a problem going forward if I don't get it under control. I'm going to have to turn off some schools. Start with ice magic. Unless and until I find a reason to train it past now, this is as good as it needs to be in order to carry me to the end game. Or carry me past the next 2 dungeons. Standing in melee with a Hydra is a bad idea, but nothing. See, that's what I mean by good but not great. If I was a great player, I wouldn't risk that even when I have all the advantages I do here. In practice, probably not going to die from it. But probably not going to die is a hell of a lot more than you should risk if you can afford to risk less. Oh right, I found the robe of poison resistance. So now all these poison chunks are edible chunks. Don't you try to feed on my intellect, sir. I will feed on your intellect. Okay, well maybe not. Maybe I'll just kill you. Now I see a death yak around the corner, followed by another death yak. I'm gonna just spread up an ice walk for them. Okay, and then try to use my skeletons to freeze their advance a little bit further, and then back off and then drop another ice net soon after, because the yaks are not respecting the previous containment. And then back away because even half-dead yaks are still more than I can take on in melee. Where's the staircase? Okay, it's due east of here. Swiftness when I get closer. Here's a good time to swift. Cool. Yeah, I'm literally using swiftness just as a controlled blink almost for getting to the stairs where I need it to. Right at the end. To bang out the last 3 tiles of a rush or 5 tiles of a rush when I'm making a hasty escape. Doubtlessly from some stupidity I got myself into. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's another lignification. I should probably pick that up. There's been a couple times where... Well, no. I'm probably at the point now where the things that would kill me, being a tree, would not help sufficiently. Alright. And yet I pick it up. You know, I did have ambrosia before for that time I ran out of mana, but I think the bigger concern there wasn't being out of mana as much as it was that I was also low on health. Seriously? Oh, if that Hydra had left a corpse, the berry would have been enough. Just eat a ration, you have 10 of them. Okay, can we kill a death yak? Maybe, but I would be happier doing it from a safer spot. Such as when he is stuck behind a bush and being frozen for every second he waits in getting to me. He's gonna go through the gap in the bushes, probably. Yep, he did. Okay, so if I'm gonna fight him again, let's do it here. Unfortunately, I am also being hit by the snow, so let's get out of the snow. Now he's dead, and I have a book, which I do not need. Alright, you asshole, come around the long way. Okay, so far so good. How are we doing for animate skeleton? 2%, much better. Necromancy can go off until I have a need for it. We will continue to train equally spellcast and conj because this spell hunger, right now it's no big deal, and when I'm in the orcish mines it probably won't be a big deal, but after that, when edible corpses are not going to be literally a constant, it still won't be a big deal, but it will feel like a big deal to me since I never feel good using permanent resources. Such as my food stock. Yes, sir, I'm gonna have 25 rations and still feel like I need to save them. Round 2. Wizard versus Catublopus. This time, the wizard wins. Bring down this tree. Slowing aura due to a torpor snail. Otherwise unknown. Activate battle sphere. And throw in some deep icing. Just for kicks. We're going to continue to explore this area as soon as the snow clears. I'll channel back some mana. You'll notice my max mana has improved significantly thanks to minor spellcasting training. I've gone up to the 27s as opposed to just the 20 flat. Yeah, we're just gonna start launching icicles and freezy pops in there aplenty. Am I on a... I'm not in fact on an icy tile, so this is a great spot for me. I'm just taking a lot of damage, but I'm not too worried about that either. Get dizzy. And you, get busy. These snails are well positioned throughout to constantly try to keep me under the torpor effect. I'm gonna channel up my mana quick here, since I'm standing on edible mats. What I don't need right now is half of these books, including minor magic and cantrips. Although, to be fair, if you have summon butterflies, I'll totally take it. You do not. Whoa, glaciate's in here? And crystal spear and... Wait a minute, did I figure out... Yes, I have the Book of Annihilations. Awesome! Uh, I guess I could just go for Glaciate since I already know Firestorm and what it does, and I'm already halfway to Ice and Conj, in which case Ice Magic has to go back on soon. Not, now, but soonish. Oh, beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a better vault. Quickly ice everything. Also get out of the way. Okay, great. None of these are resable, so just cut them up. And on our way. More icing. Ooh, that's a lot of worms. And a Lindworm. Charles Lindenworm. Oh, he's blowing fire to create his own pockets of survivability. Let's just kill him. And he was resable, unlike most of these guys. I do not need magic darts. It's a three-headed vault, not unlike the Lindworm itself that occupied it. And then we have the secret vault, covered by a rune. I'm brave enough to figure out what's inside it. Back away to a safe distance. Ice the door. The Lindworm comes late. Precast an orb of a battle buddy. It's just a dragon. I shouldn't say just before saying dragon, but here we are. Unfortunately, he was smart enough to take a step that first turn. Otherwise, I would have closed the door on him and trapped him inside snow. Back off, back off. Oh, thank God, he got confused because my Drake was attacking him. That buys me one turn in which to ice him, and then deep 6 him. Precasting the battle orb was definitely the right play there. And of course, as with most dragons, they just hide in these egg-shaped vaults sitting on their gold. Floor cleared. I didn't quite make level 15 like I had initially expected I would upon clearing the lair, but I did good for myself. Up we go, 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 up we go. Out we are. We do not yet know the location of the hidden orcish base, so we will have to go looking for it. Oh yeah, wake up corpses, please. Get my mobile army back. Do I need them? No. Do I like having them? Oh my god, yes. Definitely a case where closing the distance followed by icing is advisable. More ice. So the other nice thing about Anime Dead is that while it doesn't retain its level per se, it does scale with, well, if not level, place in the dungeon. Because as I kill bigger foes that have corpses, I also res bigger corpses. Until eventually you hit a point where enemies stop dropping resable corpses in general. The further you are to the end game, the more true that is. Though even within Zot, there's still plenty of useful corpses to take down. Drop the old cloak. Read the new scroll. Torment. Mercifully, my army is immune. Oh, dear God, please let it be. Ice. Close the door. If anybody tries to open the door, I will close it again. Never mind. There's no ice, so there's no point in closing the door on them. Close the door. Ice, and that should do it. Awesome. Kill them all. Or res them all. Also, once again, thank you for getting rid of weight limitations. I no longer have to worry about carrying 25 chunks at once. Oy vey. Something is hurting me. Something is getting very cold now. Something is dead. Go a different way. It's gonna be very slow killing a zombie with cold, but less slow when a giant ogre walks in there and clubs it, or an ogre skeleton at any rate. Unfortunately for me, the direction I've chosen to go does not really care for fire. We're gonna be very happy. We're gonna start with deep ice and then near ice. Deep ice, and then near ice. And then, oh, we can't close the door, of course, because dead bodies are in the way. That's fine. By the time those become relevant, my ogre couldn't resist charging in. That's fine. Everything's dead. I want you to eat, but you have nothing to eat, so we'll just wait for bodies. Alright, that's good, that's good, that's good. Now we will just res as many of these as we can. Trade my single ogre for a veritable army of bodies. The whole point of which, of course, is to hide behind said bodies when things go wrong. Gargoyles, I want to say, are immune or just very dangerous to cold. Nope, they don't have a lot of resistance to cold at all. Hostile enchantments, sure, but not cold. So this should hurt. It apparently hurt a lot because he did not last in there for 10 seconds. This is definitely a case of fire in the hole being a great idea before you approach the hole. Freeze them out. With poison resist, I'm a little less worried, but still no harm in being thoroughly aggressive. Here are the bees that did not get within the previous AoEs. Almost certainly going to hit myself until I back out. Heal up. Get a little bit of mana back. Back off. And once again, ice the halls. And we will kill res/butcher all of them. So yeah, that was a pretty straightforward clear. And we're at that point now where we're just auto-clearing practically. Wraiths are going to have a resistance to cold for sure. Maybe not an immunity. Let's see how they respond. Well, you know, it helps to actually get the cast off, so we're just going to bail right now. Rather than take our chances with the aggroed wraith group. Also not good, but we have the escape on our side, and we have a good Mephitic right here. Followed by a good self-Mephitic, because I'm not worried about confusion or poison. Drop an ice to the north to slow/interrupt their approach. I'm resistant to lightning by my draconic nature. Definitely want to do a fire in the hole on the entrance to the mine as well. Or what I presume the entrance to the mine is, and we'll start stabbing things now. from near range. Deeper fires or deeper icing of the orcish mines. Excellent. Eat while you have the chance, and channel back some mana. Not a lot, just enough. Because I'm pretty sure that I just won that fight completely. Requisite bodyguard. Because they're so insistent, we're going to actually go ahead and kill some more orcs before we plunder. Hey, look! It's Captain Weenie Pants. Yeah, you know, I should pay more attention to what I'm rezzing, because there's potentially good loot that these guys are wearing, but I doubt it. And besides, I'm not really a hands armor and weapons kind of guy. I'm not even allowed to wear most body armors, so... Well, I'm not allowed to wear any body armors. And by extension, most good armors that I would worry about missing. Please, dear God, give me these 2 items. I have no next slot yet. And an ID scroll would let me take a peek at this. No, I value my mana more than I value my HP 9 out of 10 times. And that last time, I'm probably not going to be willing to take the break from whatever I'm doing to put it on. Back off, let the skeletons slow them down. I have the mana, so I can just... No, I don't have the mana. Okay. Just make sure the battle buddy is healthy. I'm gonna need it. Damn. Josephine, how you being so cruel to me? Just get out of here. Should be enough time to get up my mana and then go in again. If I can get the confuse off on Josephine, I'll be in great shape. Alright, you dicks. Just light the whole hall on ice. It may not deal as much damage to a wraith, but it sure as hell still deals damage. And oh no. Another one? Okay, good. Holy, makes no sense anywhere except in a dungeon crawl. At 1264 gold and with little else to do, quite frankly. Curing, heal wounds, curing. I can't buy both cure mutation and beneficial mutation, so I will get neither because I want to clear my palette before. You know what? No, stat rot isn't that big a deal. We'll take beneficial mutation, thank you. Beneficial mutation. Sharp fingernails. And that's it. Okay. I'll be honest with y'all and say that that's not what I wanted. Claws or baby claws are not very useful to me as a dragon. But whatever. I'm not an unarmed fighter. I'm not a fighter at all. Things to ditch. Oh yeah, we need to cut into this giant stack of books we no longer require. Summonings. Good luck. Probably good enough for now. Making room for Battle Buddy and then nailing things with it is pretty much how you have to use that spell. And I have a lot of tools in my arsenal, so I'm not like beholden to just it when I need to make shit happen. Alright, what is that? Probably a good time to do an icy down the hall. Since it fails, we will try it again. Since it fails, we will try it a 3rd time. A 3rd time is apparently the one that did not fail. Another freezy pop, if you please. We'll release the troll, awaken the kraken, blah blah blah. Oh, beautiful. Hydra behind kobold guards. We do not want to do that. We'll back away to a safe distance and then see what comes out. No one escapes. Alright, I now have Curing and Heal Wounds aplenty. There is another beneficial mutation. For the time being, I will instead take more Curing, more Heal Wounds. I have 4 Potions of Haste that I've somehow managed to not use any of. Battle Sphere and immediately lay into this thing before I lose all my mana to it. Pretty sure that Battle Sphere will still fire on an invisible target. Nope, never mind. Battle Sphere is out of energy, and that one tile large space in front of me was going to prevent me from nailing this thing, but not anymore. No, I want you to swing at the Vapor. Dang, that thing hits like a truck. Okay, it's dead. You know, can you imagine if I didn't have the tools to deal with an invisible enemy and I had to fight that? That would have been an awful fight for me. Okay, much better. So, rings. Rings. Ring of fire defense with a dex bonus and a slayage bonus. Totally nice. Ring of wizardry, reasonably good. See invisible, yeah, I could pass, honestly. None of these are really standing out except for wizardry and that one artifact. But I have an inborn resist electricity. Dex plus 2 is not a whole lot of boost for my current weapon because it's a trident, but I don't actually melee very much. Slayage plus 2 is bad on nobody, but it's just plus 2. Nothing that's worth sinking money into this second, so we'll pass, thank you. We will drop lignification, though I'm definitely not ever firing that. Well, I don't foresee myself. Now that I have the ability to actually heal, I don't need it, so yeah. You know what? You no longer are capable of burning my scrolls up, so do your worst. I was wondering why I was staring at him and feeling an instinctive sense of doom. Now I remember. In many ways, item destruction was meaningless. In other ways, it was the most cruel effect a creature could put you under, to the point that even though combat-wise it was almost always not a good idea, I pretty much wouldn't wear any robe except the robe of preservation, or cloak except the cloak of preservation back in the day. You know, once I'd found it, obviously. Alrighty, well, that's Lair to Orc, I suppose. As good a spot as any to call it. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.